All right, welcome back to Love, Cassie and Taryn, where the conversations are honest, the stories are real, and nothing is off limits.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm Taryn, and we're your go-to duo for real conversations about life, growth, business, relationships, and everything in between.
So grab your coffee, your chai, or whatever makes you feel at home.
Because this is your safe space to listen, relate, and realize you're not alone in what you're going through.
This is Love, Cassie and Taryn. So let's get into it, y'all.
All right, respectfully, because listen, friend.
I'm just saying.
Not too much on me, girl.
That's actually insane.
Anyway.
Okay, but hear me out.
Should we tell them, girl?
Let's unpack that.
Okay.
So today's topic, girl, see, look.
Is it right?
All right, y'all. So today, our hot topic of the week is going to be talking about keratins, and especially keratins on natural hair. So, Taryn, tell us what you've been seeing on the internet.
So what I've been seeing circling around is a lot of stylists using keratin as a tool. Obviously, it's a tool. For those who don't know what keratin is, I'm going to have you explain it for just a second.
Yeah. So keratin is a temporary smoothing system. It typically lasts about 6 months, and it just helps with like frizz, a little bit of manageability, shine to the hair, and it does relax the curl very so slightly. And I'm talking about certain keratins because people are marketing keratins as a whole lot of things in this industry. I personally use keratin complex, shout out keratin complex. And that one, I do believe that it's just like a very lightweight relaxing of the curl. It does not completely take the curl out completely. So yeah.
So I've seen Cassie do her keratins in the salon, come out beautiful. You know, her clients come back, their curls are still there, and they can do either straight, curly, whatever, you know. And so what I have been seeing and why I thought this was a hot topic is because I see stylists using it more often to kind of tell their clients, I guess, like, oh, this will help you manage your hair better, which obviously it does. But I guess my thought is, okay, but are we making it seem like this is a better curl type for them because maybe it's like smoothing out, or how are we having these conversations? Like, are we talking to them like, oh, you can manage your own hair and you can do things, and we can talk about how to style your hair and like what products to use so it's a little bit easier for your lifestyle? Or are we just going to keratin and maybe giving them a looser curl because, oh, that's what we think?
Well, I remember
more manageable.
I remember that video we were going back and forth,
right?
Literally on voice notes a couple weeks ago. And we were talking about this one stylist that does keratins, and she promotes it as basically like getting rid of all the work, like the leg work, where it's like we are no longer having to like put effort into our hair to style it, to take care of it, to treat it for keratins. That's absolutely false. Right. Like, I do believe that, especially the keratin that I use, I can speak from my experiences behind the chair. Keratins do cut down your blow dry time. Does not mean that you stop putting effort. It doesn't mean that it takes away the complete effort of doing your work. Like, your hair, your density is still the same. The thickness of your hair is still the same. The texture is slightly shifting it, but you still have the same amount of hair, so it's the same amount of effort and work that you still have to put into your hair, if that makes sense.
Yes,
it makes sense. I think that, like, I was saying personally, I feel like that's false advertising when you're saying like, yeah, oh my God, you're gonna be able to blow dry your hair in 10 minutes versus an hour and a half, or you're not gonna have to put as much product in because you're doing this keratin that's gonna loosen your curl. Like, no, absolutely, all that information is false.
Right. Like, it's like,
opinion.
Like, yeah, it's like going from, okay, my hair, which I used to get keratins all the time, and it would loosen up my curl a bit, but I still had to style my hair. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Go from my hair. Like, I do work on my hair and you still do work on your hair. Like, it's just a product change and like style change and whatever else too, so.
And I do love keratins. I really do believe in them, especially when it comes to, helping, just like if they're like, I just want my curl to be a little bit looser, or I just want to help with frizz, I just want maybe cut out my blow dry time by maybe 10 minutes, not 45, I make sure that I'm very like expressing those expectations to my clients that this is what it's going to achieve, but it's not going to completely get rid of your curl pattern, And we have those conversations before before we even do it,
Right. Do you ever would you think or suggest if someone's thinking about doing a keratin, maybe being okay, well, let's see how we can, if we can come up with a routine for you with your hair naturally now, that would maybe be a little bit more easier for you and understand it, rather than go and then if they're still maybe unhappy with whatever is happening, and then go to that option. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Or
yes, absolutely. Because I feel like a lot of times people think they need keratins and it's a styling issue. A lot of my curly girls, they come in and they just be like, oh, I just put conditioner in my hair and then they're gonna have hold. If you live in Florida, you're not having hold with just conditioner. It's not happening, so I definitely try to and then also talk about price point. Keratins are not cheap. And I literally was charging, I think, under the market for so long. But then I started having thick, dense clients come in for keratin. And the product itself is not cheap. So I had to stop charging cheap pricing for my keratin, So, yes, I'm gonna think about your pockets first before I just say let's just slap this chemical on your product that's gonna last you 6 months.
And then you have to come back.
And then you have to come back and do it again. It's no, how can we achieve, maybe managing your curls with products and a less invasive approach first before I'm oh yeah, let's spend $600-$700 on a keratin, you know. So I try to be very, very realistic with my expectations. Even you were there when I had a client one time freaking out because she was on the internet looking at keratins and looking at the afters of how they were damaging the hair. And I, again, have been doing keratins on a long time for textured hair and hadn't had that result. But it's because everyone online is saying they're using a keratin or doing this of a keratin, and it's not actually that. It's sometimes a relaxer, or sometimes a Brazilian blowout, or sometimes I don't even know, they have I think it's called Nakagawa Japanese straightening treatment. Nakagawa straightening treatment. There's so much out there, and they're saying, oh, it's a keratin, but no, it's a permanent straightening system, not temporary,
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely having those conversations.
Right. So I think to sum up, keratins are cool. Just having conversations with your clients about the reality of it, and this is not you're going to love your hair so much better this way versus your natural hair. It's just, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, hot topic.
Yes, I love
Talk to your
that.
friends about it.
I know, right?
And we want to know what y'all think.
Hit me up, girl. You got curls, I'll take care of you. So today's episode is going to be about finding your niche and also kind of figuring out what direction you wanted to go in. When did you start realizing your niche? Did you think people should explore more before choosing a specialty? And is it okay to pivot later in your career? So let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So finding your niche, please. I feel like I have gone through every niche. I think when I first realized I was moving through niches, and you could probably relate, is when I got into lashes in hair school.
Girl.
And I was like,
Literally.
girl, what the hell am I doing here?
Literally.
Why am I in this girl's eye?
No,
I mean, you kept it on.
No, I differ.
You did it after school, though, right?
Well, yeah, I ended up getting licensed. Well, not licensed, but one of my friends ended up teaching me because I was broke and needed to make money. I was in my internship, so I wasn't making that much money. She taught me lashes after I was after school, working at a salon, and I started building a clientele for it, and it was kind of fun. It was cool until it wasn't.
Exactly, and I think that's where the niche part comes into. You see that maybe it's working for other people, or this could be fun, or I need some extra money or something like that, and it's I'm gonna do that, and it's okay, now we're in the lash niche. Yes. Okay, now we're in the vivid colors.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I tried to do that for a little bit. I said, not for me.
It's too much.
No.
Too much. You have even canvas sometimes. It's miserable. Literally.
Do you know what your niche is?
Honestly, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I found it and then got lost again and then found it. But when I first started getting into the hair industry, I used to do brows, tattoo brows. Did you? And in the state of Florida, it's a joke to become a brow artist. Excuse me, sorry, I don't mean to say like that, but it is a joke to become a two-tier tattoo.
We're getting canceled.
Literally, we're getting canceled. But no, it literally is a joke. I'm saying to your requirements. I remember taking a certification to become a brow artist, and then I just paid for a little certificate to say that I had my tattoo license. It was crazy. I'm that's it? That's all you need to know? Just start scarping people with needles? Yeah.
And putting ink.
Yeah, putting ink. So I did that, and then I did lashes, and then I was kind of doing facials.
Oh my God.
They had me in everything at my old salon. Like I was have my hand in everything. And then I kind of realized, I was like, bro, like I just feel like I'm doing all this stuff. And I remember I was like telling Michelle, I said, babe, everybody keeps saying I'm the jack of all trades. Right. And then Michelle was like, but are you good at all of them? And kind of checked me. I said, like throw checked me. And
yes,
I was like,
yes, I am.
But I wasn't. I wasn't. I was kind of just like dabbling in everything and just kind of doing the bare minimum, like just making it, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like I struggled with my curls till I realized that I wanted to like niche down into curls and texture.
True.
Yeah. And then I kind of felt like I was like starting to like say yes to everything. I feel like over the like last like 2 years, I started saying yes to like everything, and it wasn't making me happy. And then I ended up like saying like, oh, I just don't want to be in a box. I just don't want to be a curl specialist. I want to like, you know, venture out, because I was getting bored with curls, I feel like. And then it wasn't until like last year I was like, Cassie, like this is where home is. This is where you're good at. Like you need to just kind of just like
figure out where you can.
Your lane. Yeah.
Evolve in that.
Exactly, because I just feel like I was like outgrowing it, you know. I was kind of like, okay, like what's next for this? I'm a curl specialist, okay, what's next, you know?
Right.
So then I tapped into extensions, and I feel like now I'm kind of just like my main focus is extensions and texture, you know, and that's like what I really like enjoy doing, honestly.
So extensions and texture.
Yeah. So I finally like came back home, niche down.
This is
it. But I did forget for a second, you know, who I was.
Yeah, I hear that. You? I think that's pretty like kind of same vibe. I was trying to try all the things. I thought that I would really enjoy color. I mean, I do, but I tried to really promote color, took the classes, you know, yada, yada, yada. I knew I liked haircuts. I didn't know I would like haircuts as much as I did. I'm going to be a curl specialist. And then I realized, but I actually like doing other haircuts too. So I was like, well, no, let me just do, I do haircuts, right? I do all the haircuts. And then I was like, well, but curls make me more money. Yeah. But also, I never took any more education for just a regular haircut either. So I go back and forth between, I guess, the niche, right? Like my niche is the curly cuts or is it haircuts? Like which one is it? Like, but a curly cut is a haircut. Right. So I did make haircuts my niche. However, in haircuts, I think that's where I'm like, okay, I need to expand because I still like doing the other ones, you know? But also with the color, I realized I don't like doing.
You don't like doing it?
Full foil. Like, you know? And so now, and that happened. That didn't happen overnight. Like, I was like, obviously a full foil or full balayage or whatever, like, is the big ticket, you know? So it's like, how do I just keep doing it? Why? Because it's making me money? And it's like, yeah.
Right. Literally.
For maybe a second, but then I'm not happy doing it. Like, I'm just exhausted. I don't want to do it. Some people, I did used to enjoy doing. I do like foiling, but I don't want to foil you all damn day. Like, you know, I don't want to do that. And so I think my niche ended up being just haircuts and like a little bit of color, like minimal color.
A little bit of color?
Yeah. Just a little. You don't need to do too much. Like, you don't even need that. Right. And that's how I feel about my hair too, though. Like, on myself. And I guess it kind of comes down to like, what you would do with your own hair. And that's how I feel about it too. It's like, I did my color, but I'm like, I did it in the most easiest way that I can. Right. Because I don't want to be doing too much. Like, I feel like the natural is cute, but even if it is a drastic different color, but it's still like an easy technique way to do it. Right. You know, so, yeah, I think with finding your niche, like, you kind of just literally have to go through everything.
No, literally.
But, like, how long should that take?
Well, I mean, like,
you know?
So I was doing all of that stuff, and I didn't realize until maybe about 1.5 years into my career, you know, that I was like, I need to cut this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And then it was got to the point, too, where it's like, when you're first building, like, you're kind of, like, trying to get clients. So it's like, you also do take whatever you can. Right. You know, and that was another thing. Is like, I didn't let go of lashes until like later on in my career, because it was like, it was making me money. I had spent time building that clientele to where it was like, okay, now I can breathe and then start building my hair clientele, you know? So I think it's just like the time frame is really kind of just where you're at, like financially, where you're at mentally, but also like, picking and choosing. It's like, okay, what makes me happy? And I think when I was doing all that stuff, I was just doing it just to do it and just say that I did it.
Just to do it.
Yeah,
just
literally.
for a little bit of money. Now you have these clients
right
that you don't want to say no to. So
but I
stuck.
feel like now, almost 9 years of my career, I think that I definitely get to choose. And I think I forget that, you have free will.
Girl.
I get to choose who I want in my chair. I get to choose what type of service I'm going to take. And I can turn people away,
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. When you're starting to network how we are now, it's like, oh, I know this person that's great with this.
Right.
Least,
yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I really don't like pixies. And I literally just referred two people to you to go get like cute short little pixie cuts. Yeah, I was like, my girl Taryn right down the hall.
Oh my
hit her
God,
up.
that is so funny.
I just feel like I'm just starting to kind of just like, I don't want to do things that don't make me happy. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so do you think by picking a lane, right? Because there's the pressure to pick a lane. Like everybody's like, well, what do you do? What do you like to do most? Like I can't count the times like that people have asked me, well, what's your favorite thing to do? Like, what do you like to do? Like,
if I had $1 for every person that sent me that, I'll be a millionaire.
Rich. We don't need to do the podcast.
Right, literally.
No, because it's like, I mean, yeah, we have our favorite things, but I think it's like, okay, we do like, it's like we have our favorite things, but everyone expects you to have a favorite thing too, right? Like, what happens to the people that kind of everything is their favorite thing? Like, do you think if they do a little bit of everything, they would be as successful as someone that picks like a niche, like a specialty? Do you think someone that dabbles in facials and hair and a little bit of waxing and a little bit of this and that, like, do you think they would be as successful as someone who's just, let's say, like a curl specialist?
So I feel like that's just such a hard topic because I'm sure that there's people that do it. Like, it's a hard answer, I mean, because I'm sure there's people that do it, but I feel like just from personal results, like, I don't think that, like, I was successful when I had my hand in every single thing. Yeah. I feel like I definitely did have to niche down and figure out, what I want to do. Right. Like, I feel like even, like, when people talk about content, like, my content's everywhere. Like, I see that, like, on TikToks with that, and be like, I'm not a niche content creator. I want my content to be everywhere. And it's like, I don't really, like, follow the stats of it, but it's like, are they doing well? Like, like, do people have, like, they follow you for a reason? And it's like, okay, if you're all over the place, it's like, what is the reason? Right. So I don't know. I think that's very hard to answer. I'm sure that people out there are successful, but I feel like it's probably a lot of hard work.
So with you and I, right? Yeah. So if we're looking for someone, because at the end of the day, when I think about, okay, how do I want people to find me and what do I want them to come to me for? And like the content, right? So I post a lot of what I want for them to come. So, but if someone is offering all these services, right? So say you want to go get, you do want to go get a service done. Like, would you recommend, or like, would you book with somebody that is like also doing haircuts, like your hair? Oh, there, prime example, right? Isn't there like some nail spots that you also do like lashes and brows or whatever else? Yeah, maybe like.
So that's the thing.
Personally,
personally, okay, like I feel like this is when you're being like very picky, because I feel like, okay, like as a hairstylist, it's a given that like, okay, we're doing color, we're doing cuts, right? And then like, okay, like then you have the things, the secondaries to cuts, which is like curly cuts and like, pixies and stuff like that. Like that's a category within that, right. So like you just assume, people will just assume that this is what you do as a hairstylist, right? But then it's like when you get to lashes and brows and facials, people start getting a little picky, right? Because they don't want everybody in their skin, right? They don't want anybody just doing like, crazy lash work on them, or like if they do like the, the big, like, thick lashes, and it's like, okay, why not? And then brows are very important, right. So it's like people are very strategic about who they want to touch their brows, especially when you have that brow laminations and brow tinting and stuff. It's like, I think when I'm looking for someone, like I wanted to go get my brows done, and I was looking at this girl that literally strictly does brows, like, right. And it's just because I just follow up on her page, I liked her content, all she does is post that, right. Now, if she did other stuff, I don't know if I would have gave her a chance. Right. Right. I don't know. Right.
Like, how much time are you spending into each of these? Like, are you, like, how much of an expert are you in the one?
Literally. Like, I think I want an expert if I'm going to my brows and lashes. Like, I want an expert. Yeah. I don't want nobody.
And not the hair.
Yeah.
Not the hair, you don't care.
I mean, I think I do care, too. I do care.
So, I think it's not to say...
I think that it's okay if like, you're doing everything. Yeah. As a hairstylist. Yeah. I don't know.
As a hairstylist. Yeah, not as a brows. Not as a brow person. Not as a lash person.
I don't know.
You can't be waxing my Dang. And doing brows.
No. Oh, okay. Maybe. I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I think too, like, so I guess to say, like, you could still be successful doing all the things, but you are missing out probably on some people who are looking for someone specifically in a field. So maybe someone who sticks to a niche would be maybe just a little bit more successful.
Yeah.
But like, how niche can a niche get? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm also thinking, like, there's so many curl specialists. There's so many lash specialists. Like you were saying about the lashes, like some lash specialists are only doing the thick
volume
caterpillar
lashes,
lashes, and some have the nice
wispy.
You can obviously tell which ones are like the nice versus the caterpillar.
Literally,
I love you all. No judgment ever, but. You know, some people do specialize more in like the wispy, and some do like the more fuller ones. So it's like, okay, how into the niche? Like, I think that when people are looking for someone, like, you also have to look for, like, what kind of specialty? Like, for me, like, when I'm styling curls, like, I want it more lived in. Like, I don't want your curls to be perfect. I honestly don't love when people come into my chair and they want it to be flat and perfect. I mean, obviously I respect that this person, they still love, that's the way they like their hair, of course, you know, but I do prefer as a stylist to be styling your hair in a lived in, it looks like you just had your windows down in the car type vibe. Like that is more specifically how I would, what I would like. But
I feel like you're like that too, so that you should be able to attract what you like, you know? But so, and then also it's just like you said, like I feel like, and maybe it is okay because it's just like how I said, like I got bored of being just a curl specialist, and then I was like, okay, I want to do something else. And then when I started doing something else, I was like, this will make me really happy. I'm gonna go back home, you know? Yes, literally. So I guess it is definitely okay for sure, you know?
Yeah. So pick a niche.
That's
moral
story.
Try everything.
Moral story: try it. Pick a niche. You know?
Yeah, try. I would say for a little while there, say yes to everything, and then figure out of all those yeses, which one feels good, like to you, and is most like relatable for sure.
All right, y'all. So before we wrap it up, it's time for our love note of the week.
This is the question we want you to sit with for a second.
If there was no expectations, what direction would you take in your career? Expectations. I feel like expectations is given for yourself, you know?
Well, no, people expect you to do things. You know, you're in right now, like people, I think people expect me, like I'm doing hair forever and I'm always going to be doing curls. Hello? Yeah. What if I don't want to do that forever? Like, what if I want to be a barber? Yeah. Like, what if I said, forget these curls? You know, and I think, like, what direction? But, I mean, no expectations. And in my career, I would probably, you know, I've been wanting to do pottery for a while now. Yeah. I would do hair. I would probably take out color out of my services. Yeah. And, like, sell pottery in my shop. Literally. Like, yeah, I think if there was no expectations from other people and myself to, like, keep things up, I would probably take out color. Right. That'd probably be the biggest thing. Which people do. Right. All the time.
They do take out color and don't offer it at all. And that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, last week, I only had, actually I had no color.
I love that.
And I had almost one of the best weeks.
I love that.
I said, hello, I can really do this.
Yes.
But, you know.
No, I was breaking my back last week. But I had a great week too. But I was breaking my back for sure because I had a lot of color last week.
I think, I did do one, I think, maybe. Yeah.
But honestly, and there's a girl that I know that does curly cuts, and it's like her whole family, and like she just does cuts, and her family's the one who does the color, and I'm like, I love that. Like I wish that I had a family that like we could all work in a salon together, and like they do what I don't want to do.
I mean, oh my god, I've seen that on like I've seen those on like Instagram and TikTok reels. They'll be like, okay, walks the stylist over and it'll be this person gonna do your cut and the color stylist comes over. I love that. And they're collaborating on it, you know? And I think I was like, wow, that's awesome.
That would be so great.
Yeah. You know? So
we should have did that.
Yeah, one time. We probably can.
Yeah, because I don't really I can get rid of
if someone wants to, if a client of mine wants to go super light or something, like blonde, Cassie.
Yeah. I'm gonna send him my cuts to you.
You come take this?
Yeah. Literally. I love that.
No.
I love that. I feel like, honestly, this question kind of throws me, to be honest. Because I feel like if there were no expectations, what direction would my career take? I'm like, I don't know. I'll go to the beat of my own drum, I feel like. Like, I feel like one day I want to be a Pilates
Oh my God.
owner. One day I like want to have like a big salon.
No, the salon and then the Pilates.
Yes,
and I said, girl,
literally,
oh
I'm
my
gonna have
God,
both
pick
of them.
one.
One day I want to own like those studio, like what we're in right now, like a studio rent place. One day I want to have
Talk about a niche.
a massive salon. Like, that's what I can't. Like I can't
Right.
just sit here and say like, okay, like if there were no expectations, because I feel like I don't know. I don't have like expectations of my career. Like it's just like.
I guess
if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. If I want to do it, I'm gonna do
right.
it. You know?
Well, and I feel like it's easier because you have your own expectation. Your expectation is you expect yourself to do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
However, there's like your clients. Like,
Yes.
what would they expect from you? Like now, what do your clients expect from you in your future? Like,
I feel like they would be sad if I stopped doing hair for sure.
if you stopped doing hair, if you were like, actually, I'm not gonna do your cuts anymore. I'm not gonna do your color anymore.
They would be thinking that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, actually, I'm moving into a big salon. I feel like you have a couple of clients that are like already crashing out, like because this is a little bit more busier in this salon now.
Like, oh, it's so busy.
And they're like, oh my God, the other place was so quiet.
And
you
it's
know?
crazy because they came from a busy salon.
Yeah,
to, like,
but then they were happy.
Quiet place, and now it's like, oh shoot, there's so many people in here.
Yeah, now they expect you to stay cute and quaint.
No, literally.
In your space. So those I think are the expectations. Like,
If
if nobody expected anything from you, like, what would you do?
Oh, I feel like I would definitely probably cut my days back from behind the chair, and then I would definitely like run a massive salon. Because I feel like you gotta kind of like have one. You gotta.
Right.
I don't think you could do both. Like be full time behind the chair and then be running like a really great salon. You know, like you probably have to like maybe do two one day. You know, yeah, literally.
And that too. That's an expectation. They expect you to be there every day and answer every text and be there.
It's true. It's so true.
Literally. Yeah. I think that was a good point too. Like with the scheduling. Yeah. I love that. No, that was good. I mean, I think we have to remember too, like these are the love notes, right? So it's like, these are for us.
Right. Yes.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So think about that. What direction would you take if there were no expectations?
Yeah.
And talk to your friends. See what they say.
Let us know. Write us in our DMs.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, we would love to know.
Oh my goodness. We could chat about it. Maybe we'll do a little recap. Hello?
Yes. I love that.
Beautiful. And if something we talked about today resonated with you,
just know you're not alone in it.
This has been Love, Cassie, and Taryn.
And we'll see you in the next conversation. Bye.
See you later.